This is EnduroGP. The Foresight Services GP of Wales, round 4 of the Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship, took place in the charming town of Rhyr, a hotbed of British enduro, in front of the largest crowd of the year. Josep Garcia won his season's second Akrapovic Super Test, with Zach Pichon and Andrea Verona, both within a second and a half of the reigning world champion's pace. Garcia's dominance continued throughout the weekend, while podium contenders Pichon and Verona battled for second place scratch and the top of the class in Enduro 2. As the championship passes the halfway mark, Garcia, Pichon, and Verona sit top 3 in the EGP standings. For round 5, the paddock returns to Portugal for the second time this year, setting up in the exact center of the country in the lovely village of Vila de Rei.
Bem-vindo a Portugal. Obrigado.
As the third to last Grand Prix of the championship, in the team tents, athletes and support staff are 100% focused on preparing for 2 intense stages. Everyone is fully aware this weekend is crucial for riders contesting the various title races, or just hanging on to an outside chance to secure a spot on a year-end podium.
We are here in Portugal, second time this year, but different. It's really dry, the tests are really dry, it will be really dusty. But yeah, I really like the test, I really like how they like the marks and everything, so I expect a great battle again, because I think all the riders are fit and good, so yeah, let's try to fight again for everything.
This Portuguese GP also hosts round 3 of 4 of the FIM Expo Trade Women's Enduro World Championship and Expo Trade Junior Women's World Cup. The ladies are excited to be back and to take part in the opening ceremony festivities and the traditional parade through the town center, which in Vila de Rei takes a detour to the Picoto da Merissa monument at the Geodesic Center of Portugal. Then it's time to answer a few questions at the press conference before getting kitted up for the Akrapovic Super Test.
Everything ready for a super test tonight, 5 p.m. I think the start, so let's keep the ball rolling.
This Akrapovic Super Test is rather unique, with a technical yet fast-riding track built by the organizing club Esganados TT Vila de Rei. Dominic Olshavy sets the time to beat early for the senior class riders, and despite some inspired efforts from a few members of the EnduroGP Top 10, it's not until the last 2 head-to-head matchups of the night that anyone gets around the track faster than the Super Enduro star from Poland.
Danger,
It's Andrea Verona who finally takes the lead off of Dominic Olshavy. But in the evening's final duel, Josep Garcia proves too much for Zach Pichon to handle, winning his third Akrapovic Super Test of the season by just over 3 seconds.
It's only a super test, but it's better starting this way. Yeah, good feeling with the bike. I make small mistakes, but I know I can ride just a little bit better. But yeah, tomorrow we have the whole day of racing. Tomorrow is the real race, so can't wait to start racing because I'm motivated.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, it's time to find out more about the World Championship's most important partners' involvement in the sport and the many reasons they support EnduroGP.
Paulo Duarte is a transport company, European-based, Portugal and Spain. It's our geography, and it's a family-based company that we work in energy, liquid bulk, and frigos. So it's a big company in Iberian market. Enduro sport is a people sport, so everyone can come to Enduro. We love that. I'm an endurance guy as well, in my spare times. Me and my brother, we love motorcycles, we love Enduro. It's all about what we connect to the sports, and Enduro for Paulo Duarte is a really big thing, and we love to be around Enduro. It's been 4 wonderful years for Paulo Duarte. Of course, our clients know our capacity, and to do this kind of business, it's a little bit more, it's an extra. When you need extra things, Paulo Duarte is there. And this is all about it, to do Enduro in not easy places, in middle of the mountains, and bring trucks, and bring people, and bring merchandise, and bring everything, motorcycles and everything. For us, it's the challenge. And Paulo Duarte is always the company that's, whenever you have a challenge, Paulo Duarte is there. Strength, motivation, and physical difficulties and everything, we're there whenever you need. And it's all, like you said, a metaphor of strength of the drivers and strength of the company as well.
This is day 1 of the GP of Portugal. Saturday in Vila de Rei dawns sunny and hot, making it easier than in many other places for riders to warm up their bodies for the first stage of the weekend. As a result, they're entirely focused on finding the winning mindset for what promises to be a sweaty and exhausting day out on the course.
Ready to go. We are just a few minutes before the start of day 1. Yesterday super test went quite good, rode quite well, but today is going to be a good and long day of racing to the test. Tests are looking good, different conditions from all the races that we did this year, so it's going to be for sure different, and go full gas into day 1.
Despite the end-of-season pressure weighing ever more heavily on riders' minds, there's a sense of camaraderie in the paddock as the start of the race approaches, even amongst rivals vying to win the different classes and the overall World Championship. The 5-kilometer Acerbis cross test winds through a mix of bushy eucalyptus groves and empty dirt lots in a nearby industrial area. Other than a few small jumps, the most difficult aspect of the course is managing the transition from dusty dry soil with loose rocks in the wooded areas to dusty hard-packed dirt in the flat open spaces. Verona, Pichon, and Garcia win a cross test each, with the Frenchman posting the fastest time of the day in the second lap, and all 3 finishing within 1 second of each other in their last go around the track. The 0.9 kilometer Polysport Extreme Test is on a track specially built for the occasion in a soon-to-be completed residential area in the center of town. Designed with an eclectic mix of natural and man-made obstacles, it's not the most technical, but it is definitely unlike any other the riders have tackled this season. With times improving every lap, Garcia wins the first two visits to the Extreme Test, with Verona quickest in the third, just a tenth of a second in front of Pichon. Only Mikael Persson manages to post a top 3 time amongst the dominance of the standings leaders. The winding nature of the 5-kilometer G-Moto Enduro Test in the foothills surrounding Vila de Rei resembles the cross test. But the shorter pine trees mixed in amongst the tall eucalyptus set it apart visually, and the more rolling and rugged nature of the terrain renders it more difficult to ride. The Enduro Test is the special that makes the real difference in Saturday's scratch results. Not only do Hamish McDonald and Albin Norman finish second and third behind Garcia in the first lap, when the standard pecking order is re-established in laps 2 and 3, the Spaniard is at least 2 seconds faster to the timing beam than both his Italian and French rivals.
Today the plan was to push hard on the first lap because I knew that after it will be only one line to hit. So I was able to open a little bit of gap on the first lap. And then in the cross and in the extreme, the times were really tight between Andrea and Zach and me for sure. And in the enduro you can make more things, choose different lines, play a little bit more with the bike. So I was able to open there some seconds every lap. And this gives me the gap for the last lap, where I just managed the seconds. I was pushing 100% to be honest, because we were pushing a lot. Also Andrea and Zach fight for the E2 class in the last lap, so I knew that they will push, but I did the same. I'm really happy to take another Enduro GP victory and E1 class, because for sure this year I achieved some victories, but I know that it's really difficult to win, so I'm really happy to win, to be honest.
When the dust settles from the first stage of round 5, TM Moto's Zach Pichon occupies third place on the overall podium. Gas Factory's Andrea Verona comes second, while the Red Bull KTM Factory team and Josep Garcia celebrate the win. It's time for the quiz. Who can name the winners of the Enduro GP title from 2017 to the present?
17 Holcomb, 18 Freeman, no, Holcomb, Freeman, 19, 20 Holcomb, 21 Freeman, 22 Verona, 3 Holcomb, 4 me.
27 Steve Holcomb, Freeman, Holcomb, Freeman, Holcomb, I think. Holcomb, Freeman. Verona. Joseph. No. Steve. Ah. Joseph. Fuck. Salvini? Yeah, 18. 2018. Steve again, no? Freeman? Steve again for me. Garcia? Brad again.
22.
Steve.
Andrea.
Ah yeah, with 250. Ah yeah. Shit. Now I Garcia. Steve with beta, no? Yeah, with 4-stroke.
And 24.
Garcia.
Holcomb.
Holcomb. Holcomb.
Holcomb. Brad.
Freeman. No?
Holcomb.
Yeah, Holcomb.
Because Brad ran out of fuel. Otherwise, Brad should win. Verona.
No, 22 was Verona.
21. Freeman?
Could be Freeman. Yeah, Verona.
Verona. Garcia.
No, Holcomb. Holcomb. Yeah, Garcia.
Garcia.
Beh, Cervantes.
Steve.
Figa nel 17 invece, vero. Steve.
GP rider.
Steve Holcomb.
Brad Freeman.
Brad Freeman. Brad Freeman.
Holcomb.
Vecchio, figa. Ma look.
Freeman.
Josep Garcia.
Verona.
Yes, Verona.
Holcomb. Garcia.
Garcia.
2017. Holcomb. Holcomb. Freeman. Holcomb. Freeman.
22.
Me.
23.
Holcomb.
24.
Garcia.
This is day 2 of the GP of Portugal.
Quite happy with the test, so we hope to enjoy the day. We see what happens.
Despite the importance of the stage, with only 5 of 14 left in the season, the ambience in the team tents is relatively relaxed as the riders get ready for another grueling day in the hot, dry, dusty conditions that await them out on the course in central Portugal. All eyes are on Josep Garcia, once again, the man to beat on Sunday. Zach Pichon seems to be in fine form. After winning the opening cross test, Pichon holds off Garcia and Verona until the end of the first lap. But Pichon stumbles at the start of the second lap and is easily overtaken by Garcia and Verona. Verona keeps the pressure on Garcia. A mere 1.5 seconds separate Garcia from Verona after the second extreme test. Josep Garcia knows the enduro test will be key, as does one of his two closest rivals, Zach Pichon. Mikael Persson finishes P5 Sunday and leaves Portugal 5th in the GP standings. P4 in both stages, Hamish MacDonald now sits 4th overall and 1st in Enduro 3. P3 both days, Zach Pichon drops to third in the EGP standings, but still maintains a 4-point lead over Verona in Enduro 2. P2 in the end on Sunday, 6.6 seconds off the pace. Joseph Garcia still has a commanding 29-point lead in the EGP World Championship. Andrea Verona claims his season's second stage win to keep himself in the hunt for the EGP and E2 class titles, with 2 rounds left to go.
So happy about my weekend. It's been a great weekend. It was one of the best racing days of this season for sure. I was feeling good with the bike and with the test, even if the tests were really in bad conditions because there were a lot of dust, a lot of stones and a lot of bumps. But anyway, I was able to have a good feeling and get some good chrono, some good times. So yes, happy about my race day.
But it was a good weekend, a good day today, finishing second, good point for the championship too. And also we have that unlucky thing by my side that we were on second place, that they cancelled the last 2 tests.
It is not good to put in risk our Enduro GP, our people, for 1 lap more. I hope that everybody comprehend and understand the decision that we have done. You know, of course, it was a hard and difficult decision. I'm sorry to everybody for the problems that this created, but more important than the race is your lives.
Unfortunately, due to a nearby forest fire, the organizers have to cancel the last lap and base the final results on only the first 6 tests. France's Rudy Coton sweeps the weekend in Open Senior and takes the lead in the title race over Andrea Bellotti, with Spain's David Para-Aguado far behind in third. In Open 4-stroke World Cup racing, Patrick Capilla goes P1 and P2 to take the standings lead, with Day 1 winner Nathan Boulan second and Alex Pichot dropping down to third. Open 2-stroke World Cup leader Jan Dupic wins both stages, equaling his season's best round and extending his standings lead over Great Britain's Gethin Humphreys and Spain's Jordi Caramolgo. For the second round in a row, Great Britain's Elizabeth Tett and France's Lorna Lafont split P1 and P2 on the weekend in their battle for the junior women's title. Another British rider, Dylan Davies, trails in third. Riehu's Rachel Gudish wins Day 1 to top the women's Enduro standings alongside teammate Rosie Rowett, after the former class leader Francesca Nocera has a roller coaster weekend with a DNF Saturday, then P1 on Sunday. Finishing P1 and P2, Roman Dagna maintains his lead in Youth Enduro. Alberto Elgari and Pietro Scardina are tied on points for second after Elgari's disqualification Saturday due to a mid-race bike swap. The Junior Enduro Championship lead changes hands as Kevin Cristino sweeps his second round in a row, while his Fantic Racing teammate Axel Sem has his worst weekend of the season and now sits tied on points for second with Leo Joyon. Joseph Garcia's perfect season continues in Enduro 1. The Spaniard now has a 48-point lead over Sweden's Mikael Persson, who has overtaken Italy's Samuele Bernardini in the class standings. Zach Pichon loses ground in the Enduro 2 title race, now leading Andrea Verona by only 6 points, with Albin Norben still a distant third. Hamish McDonald extends his lead in the Enduro 3 Championship. The Kiwi is still accompanied on the E3 podium by his Sherco teammate Antoine Maguin and TM Moto's Leo Lequerret. Although Andrea Verona and Joseph Garcia trade off P1 and P2 this round, the Spaniard still seems well on his way to defending his overall World Championship title. The Red Bull KTM factory racing rider extends his lead in the standings to 29 points over TM Moto's Zach Pichon, who sits a mere 2 points in front of GasGas's Andrea Verona. Sherco's Hamish McDonald and Triumph's Mikael Persson complete the Enduro GP top 5. Organized in record time, and despite the shortened race on Sunday in Vila de Rei, the second GP of Portugal has been a great success. Next up, it's the penultimate round of the 2025 Polo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship, the Polysport GP of Italy. We'll see you there.